Hi, I'm Maya. I'm a college counselor, a graduate of Stanford University, and I have a Ph.D. in English from UC Irvine. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to get into Harvard. I know, how to get into Stanford would have made more sense because I went to Stanford, but I just thought Harvard was a good name for the video. One of the most common questions I get as a counselor is, how do I get into Harvard? Or Stanford? Or MIT? A lot of people think that what independent college counselors do is get you into Harvard, and that we have the magical formula, and if you drop in just the right ingredients in just the right proportion and add some counselor fairy dust, preferably from a guy in a suit who went to Harvard, you or your kid will get into Harvard. Come on, a guy in a suit who went to Harvard doesn't have fairy dust. If someone says they can get you into a college in a way that nobody else can, they are either lying or stretching the truth to make themselves sound good, or doing something actually illegal. There is no magic formula, and the whole concept that there is some kind of trick to getting into a highly selective college is simply not true. However, if your goal is to attend an elite college like Stanford or MIT or any of the Ivies, there are concrete steps you can take to make yourself a more competitive candidate. I call this video How to Get into Harvard because that's the stereotypical question that people ask, but in this video I'm going to talk about how to get into any selective college, that is, any college that looks at more than just your academic history and grades. I'm also going to talk about what makes the difference between getting into a selective college in general and getting into a highly selective college like one of the Ivies. So if you're thinking about what you need to do in high school to be ready to apply to college, this video can help you out. So what do these colleges want? In general, colleges want students who are going to be successful in college, be involved in opportunities on campus, contribute positively to the campus community, and who will go on to give the college a good reputation in the future. Highly selective colleges want all that, but they also want students who are already very accomplished and who are going to go on to make a difference in the world. People who are going to be at the top of their fields and driving innovation and leadership for the world's future. Let's start by looking at the 5 elements you need for a successful application to any selective college. Number 1, strong academics. You want to be maintaining a high GPA while taking the most advanced classes available to you at your school. So this could be IB classes, AP classes, or even classes offered through your local community college. Essentially, you are showing colleges that you are prepared for and or already taking college level work. Number 2, high test scores. This will almost certainly be less important in the future, but as long as these tests still exist, you want to have very high SAT or ACT scores. Okay, so that's just the first 2, but too many people stop here. Even though there is a lot of advice out there about how you need more than just grades and test scores to get into college, I still meet a lot of students, and also especially parents, who think that if you have straight A's in AP classes and perfect test scores, you're going to get into MIT. That's just wrong. That's not even what you need to get into a much less competitive college. So let's talk about what else you need. Number 3, commitment to extracurriculars. This can include things you do at school, like clubs or sports or student government. It can also include things that you do outside of school, say you take art classes, or do sports outside of school, or pursue independent hobbies. You should be doing community service, and you should also be making good use of your summers, either by taking classes, working on your own projects, or doing summer programs. Number 4, awards. Colleges will be looking to see if you have awards and recognition for your achievements. And number 5, uniqueness, something that makes you stand out from other applicants. Those 5 things are the formula that you're probably already familiar with. Pretty standard advice for how to get into college. Obviously, you also need a strong application that maximizes how you present your accomplishments, has really good essays, strong letters of rec, etc. Now I'm going to give you a second 5 elements, what you need to get into a highly selective college. A lot of these are a little more intangible than the first 5. Number 1, not just extracurriculars, but demonstrated leadership in the activities you participate in. Number 2, not just strong academics, but genuine intellectual curiosity. Number 3, going above and beyond opportunities that are readily available to you, showing initiative. Number 4, not just doing community service, but truly contributing something significant to the world around you. Number 5, being uniquely accomplished in a specific area. So not just being a unique person, but having what some people call a hook or a spike. The students who I think are most frustrated by the college admissions process are the ones who have the first 5 elements down really well, but they don't really have the second 5. They have the academics, the test scores, they've shown dedication to extracurriculars, they've probably demonstrated some kind of leadership, and they've also contributed to their community. But they haven't really gone above and beyond the way that you need to stand out when applying to a highly selective college. Let's go back to that idea of a spike. It is a little bit controversial. Some people will say you absolutely have to have one, and some people say it's all BS. But whether or not you want to call it a spike, Most successful applicants to highly selective colleges will have something that stands out as unusual, memorable, and different from what other students are doing. Something they've pursued to a depth comparable to a college student or even an adult professional. Okay, so this book has my favorite example of a spike. It is fictional, but it's a good example. This is a YA novel called K-Pop Confidential by Stephen Lee. Not an ad, I just really like it. So in this book, the main character, Candace, convinces her mother to let her go to Korea for the summer to be a K-pop trainee because it'll look good on her college applications. I read this and I was like, oh my God, yes, stop playing the viola, go to Korea, be a K-pop trainee. This is going to be amazing. She makes this PowerPoint for her mom. A summer as a K-pop trainee is a unique experience that would make an excellent college essay. And she's right, this girl's right. I don't want to spoil it, but she basically changes the world of K-pop in a way that would definitely make an amazing college admissions essay. I love this book so much. Okay, but if being a K-pop star is not really on the cards for you, here are some other examples of spikes. Creating your own successful business. Conducting scientific research that makes genuine contributions to a field. Contributing to your community in a substantial and tangible way, like creating a nonprofit that provides resources to an underserved community. Writing and publishing a book. Creating a blog or a social media account for your artwork that has hundreds of thousands of followers. Basically taking whatever interest you have and pursuing it to a near professional level, where you've gone beyond the obvious tracks for that interest laid out for you as a high school student. What really makes a successful applicant to an Ivy League school is that they have genuine passion for what they do, and that passion has led them to be already successful in that area. Ultimately, the formula for getting into Harvard or any highly selective college is not actually that complicated. It's just really hard to execute. You have to be able to do these kinds of projects or pursue interests that really stand out, while also keeping up with your academics. But if you find something that you love and care about, that you would want to do, even if it doesn't get you into Harvard, then that will make it a lot easier. And if you have genuine passion for something, you'll find people who will want to help you along the way. I hope this video was helpful and informative. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comments, and like and subscribe for future videos on the college admissions process.